Welcome everyone to B&B Gold Mining. I wanted to make this video to kind of give a background of how our mine started. Uh, we literally started from scratch, and what you see in this first picture is everything we started with. We have the D6 dozer, 3 skid steers, 2 is seen here on my trailer. My brother has the third one in his enclosed trailer, along with the tools and some other supplies we needed to get the mine started. We also have us a nice camper, because you gotta have somewhere to stay on the claim. And this is our first day leaving our home. Sold everything that we own just to get our mine started. And here we are on the way to the Yukon. We didn't start filming when we first decided to make to start our gold mine. So all I got is really pictures for you guys. As the series continues, we'll have more videos of the progress of the mine and how everything's going. But until now, I would like to walk everybody through our pictures and kind of see how we got started, because it's pretty cool. We literally started from scratch to get where we're at now. But this is just another picture of us heading to the mine. We finally arrive at our claim. Our claim is on the far side of the road. Our first order of business was to clear out a spot for our camp, get a road cleared out so we can get our machines back there, and then finally start mining. You can see here, got our chainsaws out. That's all we have. We have no forestry equipment at this point. And we're just here just sawing away a lot of trees, but it had to get done. Worked through the night. We chopped up the logs in little pieces to transport them easier and quicker. But as you see later in the series, we get a lot better equipment so we can easily transport our logs and make more money because they would be a lot bigger. But this is how we had to do it when we first started. You got to play with the cards you're dealt with. So this is what we did. Some stump grinding, some more stump grinding. We're getting the dozer out to get ready to clear the spot for the camp. Working through the night again. It's coming along nicely. Finally, the camper can be bought in. Our buddy here that's in this picture, he no longer works with us. One day he just up and left and never came back. So at this point, it's just me and my brother running the mine. But anyways, there he is bringing in the camper. Getting her set up. Chilling in there with that nice stash. Once the camper was set up, we were able to set up our tent to do our, gold washes, to hang out at, cook dinner by the fire, and just take it easy at the end of a long work day. There's Austin cooking some breakfast. This is the next day before we begin work. 2 nice Chevys there. You will find out that me and my brother love Chevys. The overall view of the camp so far. Another one. Loading up some more wood to be sold. At this point, I think we started clearing out our main road to get back here to the mine. Another log load, more trees being cut. There's Austin in the dozer actually starting to pave our road. There, what is this? Oh yeah, we're looking straight into the camp from here, from where the road was cleared out. Looking down the road once again, more clearing. You can see here the road finally starts taking shape. And it's done. All the way down to the main road. Some more stump grinding, more wood loading. A lot of work to get all this cleared out. This is where we started clearing out for our first cut. We are very inexperienced. We only had 3 skid loaders, and you will see it's not much of a clean cut. It just pretty much turned into one big hole that we called the glory hole. We needed somewhere to place the sluice, so I started bulldozing a little shelf down here to set the sluice on so we can easily dig the dirt, come down that little hill, dump the dirt, sluice it. Got the gold sluice set up. Our generator's a little buried there, but we take care of that. We started ripping the ground because in November it's pretty cold out here in the Yukon, so we had to get the ripper out to rip up some clean ground. Some bulldozing, and that's my brother in there ripping up the ground. Ground is ripped up and ready for digging. And that was the first scoop of pay of our gold mining career. Loading the sluice box for the first time. We're hoping there would be some gold in there. My brother hit a soft spot in the skid steer, and you can see what happened here. He got a little bit stuck, but we got him out. Looking in the box, hopefully hoping to see that shiny stuff. More digging. My brother had to jump in that cold Yukon water. Had to go down there and unplug the sluice box. And this is our first jar of gold. Look at that shiny stuff. My brother running to the bank to catch that stuff in right there. Back at camp. This is when we first started making a lot of progress on the glory hole. As you can see, it's getting pretty deep. My brother's up there, really on the edge of that cut there. Almost slipping on top of me. Hit water for the first time. Here we had to back the welding truck up to the sluice. There's a hole in it, so my brother had to get in there and start welding away. And he got her fixed up so we get back running again. Our first snow in the Yukon. It got really cold. We're a bunch of Florida boys, so we didn't take it too well, but we eventually get used to it. A lot of snow out there. It's getting really hard to dig. The ground's starting to freeze. And that's when we say we're hanging it up and moving on. Gonna pack it up, come back next year for a new season. Our buckets were getting froze, so it was just time to leave. Here we are coming back. We left our equipment out there, and it was a bad idea. Everything's froze. We had to go in and do a lot of repairs, but we got everything running again. Back at home. That picture was out of line. That was when we were out for the winter, but oh well. Not a good start to the season. I had already flipped over my skid steer trying to get the first scoop of dirt, and in I went. Some nice pay dirt there. You can see the gold nuggets. Finally hit good pay down there at the bottom of the glory hole. A picture of the glory hole. You can see the little road curving around so we can get in there. We were, like I said, we weren't really experienced at the time, and we just were trying to dig down to see when we hit water, and we created that road so we can get in and out of there pretty easily. It worked good. You can see them down in there utilizing the road. Glory hole got a little deep, and I got my skid steer stuck again. As always, we got it out. These are some signs I had made for our gold mine. RGC kindly let me modify his signs so I could get mine in there. We come up with the name Roughneck Gold Mine. I don't know, it sounded cool at the time. We have 3 people in the mine, that's what we all voted on, but now that's just me and my brother. The gold mine will be changing to B&B Gold Mining. It's just kind of a rebranding to start a new adventure in a new bigger company. There's some work I did on the sign. We bought our first smelter here. Get a lot more money for gold bars. So that's why we did that. We had a little sinkhole happen here. Up here by the smelter. So I'm going to start getting down here and getting rid of that stump and filling this thing in. And you can see it nice and filled in there. Here we are starting a new cut. And that's what all these trees cut down are. The glory hole got way too deep. Couldn't mine it no more. So we're going to make a new cut. See all the trees are falling in there, but we got them out. We needed some gas and a better system to load up bigger logs, so we bought a grapple for the skid steer, and we also bought this fuel tank so we can get fuel out to the sluice a lot easier, and also to fuel our equipment in the field. Making a new road back to the mine. It's a cutoff from the road that we had made when we first started. Hauling some logs. There's the grapple at work. It worked really well for us. It's a good purchase. Here we tried to rent some equipment to help our logging go a lot quicker, but that chipper didn't go real well. And this tractor in the picture was rented as well just to run it, and it wasn't really cost efficient, so we ended up returning everything. And eventually came up with a way better way to get the logs into the trailer. That's the first tractor we rented, hoping it would run the chipper, but it didn't work out too good, so that's returned as well. Some bulldozing of the new cut. That's another platform I made to get our sluice in there. You can see the pathway there in the dirt, so we can get the sluice in easier. Got the sluice placed. Some more ripping. Cutter's ripped. And we start digging down to that good pay dirt. Getting all that overburden off. Here we're getting freezed out again. But you can see the progress that we had made on this cut. We have a road that goes along the right side there into the cut. Getting that pay out of there. Guess I'm at the store refueling here. Working in the new cut. Smelting some gold for the first time. And here, you can tell it's getting close to winter season because we already got reindeer coming in. The new cut started filling up with water pretty quick. So we started cutting to expand. That's what we're doing here. We're cutting more wood so we can expand out this cut. We rented this truck and this telehandler to help us load bigger logs a lot easier, and this went really well. So we stuck with this method for a little bit. My brother getting the telehandler stuck there in the trailer. Actually, I'm trying to blame that on him. I ran the trailer off the road, and he had to come help me. Sorry about that, brother. Some more clearing, marking the trees that need to go. And you can see this big cup that we opened up. More pictures of the big cut. That's a zoomed out picture of our property. You can see the hole all the way to the right was the glory hole. The second one was the new cut at the time. And we ended up combining both of these to make one big glory hole. And you'll see that later on. Our first 2 gold bars we ever produced. My brother's just staring at those things. Bringing some payout. There I go flipping my skid steer backwards again. Here we're packing up for the winter, getting all the equipment out. Winterizing everything. Arrived back at home. Snow started melting. We got some logos put on our trucks in the off season. Here's where we sold our old trailer, purchased a new Titan, a bigger, heavier duty trailer. The didnt loads up on it nicely. This is when we first purchased our Volvo front loader. One of my favorite machines to use. We couldn't decide which way we wanted it to go, so I guess backwards is what we went with. We get our new equipment back to the mine. Ready to start a new season. We thought this little excavator was going to help us out loading, but it didn't. Uh, it was kind of counterproductive. You'll see we end up selling it. But there we are, starting to combine the glory hole with the new cut. I got the Volvo stuck. It got pretty deep in there, as you can see. We had to take him for repairs after that to get flushed out. Here's where we started work on the big new cut. Stripping it of overburden. That's when we decided to sell the small excavator, didn't like it. There we are, big old pile of pay over there. We decided to buy a dump truck to help us with moving material. That's our overload station. It will go in front of the sluice, so the sluice can produce a lot more material, or process a lot more material quicker without being too overloaded. And there it is getting set up, and my brother using the dump truck to dump the first load in there. Here we had to keep the 350 hooked up to it to keep it running, but we have a solution for that here in a few more slides. We'll show you what we did there. Here we are working the big new cut. I started making a road back there in the back so we could get down in there a lot easier. Loading the dump truck. Our water started coming through. We've hit the water table here. There's the overload station working. A nice Yukon sunset. I thought I'd take a picture of that. It looked pretty cool to me. We have a middle road in between the two cuts so we could get back and forth across the claim a lot easier. So that's what you see here. We purchased a new log trailer to use with our normal work trucks. That's what you see here. It worked pretty good. Can load a lot up. Here we started making our back cut as well. Yeah, this is the back cut. Land clearing, stump grinding, you know how it goes by now. This is our biggest cut yet. Look how big that thing is. What you see at the bottom of the screen, that's all just dirt and overburden. We were running out of time in the season, so I kind of just piled this up. We would run it through later because we're trying to get all the gold that we need out of those two piles, but we just wanted to dig as much pay as we could, so we just stored that for processing in the next season. Look how dirty that Volvo is. And this is our generator. This is our solution to running the overloading station without having to use the big old diesel truck. As you can see, it hooked up nicely. This is my brother acting like he's in a rocket ship ready to blast off to outer space. He tend to do this a lot in this particular cut. Kind of funny right there. Look at that astronaut ready to go. My brother getting the dump truck stuck. It's started being a habit of him breaking our equipment, but that's just how he is. We have a floating stump here. Now, pretty cool how we got rid of that. We backed the skid steer into the Volvo, jacked him up there, and I was able to reach it. My brother carrying a bucket with the grapples to go load it up. That was pretty cool. Selling the old Ford. Didn't need it no more. Nobody was driving it. We're not Ford fans anyway, so it is what it is. Bunch of gold bars we produced. This was our best season yet, easily. Packing up, getting ready to leave for the winter. Here we bought some new forestry equipment and even a bigger dump truck. We got a Peterbilt here, as you can see. Hauling the Peterbilt home. My brother's truck was a little weighted for that thing, but that's okay. In the all season, we took a little four-wheeler ride, and that's about where I died, but I was okay. Here we are with our new equipment, getting ready to start a new season. We bought that old Chevy K30 thinking it was going to be a good logging truck, but unfortunately the gooseneck hitch didn't work correctly, so we ended up selling that. Oh yeah, that's my new Peterbilt semi, by the way. We needed a bigger truck to haul the Volvo on, so that's what we purchased. Using the dump truck for the first time. This is a zoomed out view of our property. My picture's a little bit out of the order, but back there in the back is what we call the L cut, and I got some pictures coming up right after this to show you how we built that. Yeah, this is where we started clearing out the land for it. Flipped the log trailer over, had to go out there with the Volvo and get that thing flipped back over. That's what you see there. Here's doing some work on what we call the L cut. You can see it just looks like a big L shape there. Refueling the D6 out there with some diesel barrels in the back of the side-by-side. You see the L cut start taking shape. There we are working on the first section of the L cut. We got some good gold out of there. We were excited about that. That's a ramp I made out of the smaller leg of the L cut right into the old road that we already had going by our other cuts. My brother dumped the old dump truck over there into the glory hole and had to go help him out. Out got the Volvo stuck too, but we managed. Working the back side of the L cut, getting some pay out of there. And that's pretty much it for how we got started. We have started a video of us moving our equipment out of the old claim. We have got our equipment since to the new claim, which is on a whole nother map. We have a brand new series coming up that's going to show you how we get the business started on the new claim and where we will go from there. I thank everybody for watching. If you would like to see where the company goes and how far our mining journey will go, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.